new album, Bedtime Stories. Can you tell me the concept behind the album, the thinking behind this album?
Well, I think most of the songs are about a kind of a spiritual struggle, or coming to terms with a spiritual struggle, or coming to realizations about, well, life, really. I know it sounds kind of general, but that's really what it is.
And there's a romantic theme within the album, of course.
Yeah.
There is a move from sex to romanticism.
Well, let's say eroticism and romanticism.
Does this mean that this is a new Madonna, a softer Madonna, or have you explored the concept of sex enough?
No, it's not that I've explored it enough, it's just that it's such a taboo subject that I think it distracted people too much from my music and what I was trying to say. So I am sort of exploring other things that are important to me. It's not that eroticism and sex isn't important to me, but romance is too, and I'm exploring that. And it's just another part of me.
In what way do you think it distracted people, though, just in terms of the press?
Because sex is a taboo subject, period. You're just not supposed to talk about it. So.
Okay, the first song's called Survival. But are you a natural-born survivor? Is it something that you've actually had to learn?
I think that you learn to survive. I think life teaches you how to survive. I don't think anyone's born a survivor. But, you know, it's like if you throw a child into a swimming pool, they sink or swim. You know, you teach yourself based on the circumstances that are thrown in your way. Or you don't, one or the other.
But do you think that because you had a long period where you were not in the public eye, you know, when you were younger?
When was that? Oh.
Can you remember that far back? But actually those experiences at that time...
I think that gave me a good, strong base to stand on. But I think more importantly, since I was very young, I've had situations thrown in my face where I had to survive, and I had to teach myself to survive and find resources to be strong. I think that's the real reason that I've been learning how to be a survivor since I was very young.
There's a stereotypical vision of icons as being victims of their own success. Have you ever felt that you've been a victim of success?
I think that everyone who's famous is a victim of the media's portrayal of them, because the media's portrayal can never give you the whole picture of a person, and everything you say is taken out of context, or as everything you do is an isolated incident. If people could follow you around all day and understand that you're a whole human being with a full life, they would get the whole picture. But they end up getting isolated incidents, and things you do get reinterpreted by people who either like or dislike you, and depending on how they feel about you, that's how they reinterpret what you've done, and then that's what the rest, that's what society or the public or whatever, that's what they digest. So you end up getting a very convoluted picture of what a person is. So you end up becoming a prisoner of that. And that is the downside of being famous.
Are you being punished then? You know, I mean, that is...
Well, that's part of it. I mean, it is. I do feel. I don't think success is punishing me, but I think that the media just started to sort of jump on this bandwagon of beating up on me, because there were so many people that were upset with what I was doing a couple of years ago, and that just was kind of the very unoriginal direction everyone went in, and said, okay, let's just everything that she does, let's beat her up. I mean, that's what it felt like, And I found that I was being, that no matter what I did after I published my book, that everything was a response to my book, not what I was doing. So it did feel kind of like a punishment, but I do hate using that word, because everyone at this point has said it to me a million times, and I'm not sitting in my room going, I'm being punished, it's not fair,
But has there ever been a time where you have been tempted or have manipulated the press yourself?
Or I have been tempted?
Okay, where you have manipulated.
Well, I suppose I have known that certain things that I would do would provoke a certain reaction. I have known that, so I suppose that is a purposeful manipulation to a certain extent. But on the other hand, it always, I never compromised what I was trying to say artistically, so.
Is real success about taking risks and the route to happiness or
Absolutely, in every way.
In every area of your life?
In every way, yeah. Yeah.
There aren't many people in this world that take risks, though, really.
'Tis a pity.
Do you think if you'd been a man, you would have had an easier ride?
Actually, there are people that take risks, but they're not famous. You see, most people that are famous want to, and are popular, quote unquote, want to maintain their popularity. So in order to maintain your popularity, you can't take risks, because if you take risks, you might offend people. If you offend people, you can't maintain your popularity. So I know lots of people that take risks. They just don't happen to be in the public eye or in the limelight or whatever you want to call it.
Do you think it would have been easier if you had been a man? I mean, in terms of how the media have gone for you because of the sex book. If it had been a man, it would have been a different thing.
I think so, yeah.
Is that just because society is sexist, is homophobic, is racist?
Yes, yes. It's a man's world. We live in a patriarchal society. That's just the way it is. And men make all the rules.
What did you want to get across then?
With what?
With the book,
Which
what did you want to get across? Because it's obviously been clouded, hasn't it? It's been...
Just basically that it's all right to have sexual fantasies, that it's all right to play with them, to talk about them, that it's all right, that there's nothing wrong with you if you're attracted to darker things, that you know, and also to have a sense of humor about it, because most of the writing in the book is very tongue-in-cheek and meant to be taken that way. And actually to take the wind out of like the dark, naughty nature of sexuality and to make fun of how society like pushes it in the closet and makes everyone feel a sense of shame about it. So, and the fact that everyone reacted that way with a sense of shame was precisely the point that I was trying to make, you know, about society and how we need to change.
Sanctuary is another song. Do you think sanctuary can be found in another person, or sanctuary is about finding it within yourself?
I think the starting point, I think that happiness has to come first within yourself. I think you can find happiness with someone, but ultimately you can't rely on someone to give you happiness. You have to give it to yourself.
That song is like, I want to be married, I want to be carried.
But I mean it in the metaphorical sense. It's here in your heart, I want to be carried. It's here in your soul, I want to be married. It's about connecting to someone, to finding your soulmate, not necessarily getting married.
But do you have a romantic ideal in terms of soulmate?
Listen to my record.
Yeah, I know. I can see there obviously is one there. What is it, though, for you? What is a romantic
Just everything that we've been talking about. I mean, just that. I mean, being passionate about what you do, standing for what you believe in, and having friends that feel the same way, taking risks, and being in love with someone who feels that way. I mean, that's, I suppose, a romantic point of view. I think artists generally want to fall in love with other artists or other creative people.
Why?
Because the soul of an artist is... Because if you're a true artist, then you take chances and you take risks, and no one else can really understand why you do it except another artist. That
sounds like a recipe for disaster. I would have thought the best person would be almost like a businessman somewhere.
You know, you could have the soul of an artist and be an investment banker. I'm not saying that you have to be, an expressionist painter or, a performance artist or something to understand, but you have to... I can't describe, and I can't describe to you what the soul of an artist is. It's just something that you know and feel it instinctually. You say, well, that person understands me.
Have you ever wanted to be gay?
No, I want to be who I am, and I have feelings, I've had feelings towards other women that were sexual. I've been sexually attracted to other women, and I suppose you would say that that's feeling gay. I don't know. And that feels fine. But I think ultimately I am very attracted to men, so... And I don't sit here and go, oh, I wish that I was a lesbian, or I wish I was a gay man. I wish to be who I am. I think you have to define your own parameters if you do not live a conventional lifestyle, period, whether you're straight or gay or what. And I never think about labels, you know, like I never think, oh, I'm attracted to this, so that makes me this. That's a waste of time. That's what society needs to do all the time to feel safe.
Okay, how important is commercial success to you in all your ventures?
Well, I have to pay the rent, so it's important. And I've got lots of rents to pay, so. I mean, me personally as an artist, it's always most important for me not to compromise myself artistically, but I would be a liar if I said that I didn't care whether my record sold or my movies did well or my record company did well. That is important to me too.
Something's coming over me.
No, I have no regrets. Just in case you were going to ask me that.